Well, everybody says the same thing. A milestone is quite extraordinary, 50 years. But to me, it looks like I've been having such a divine times, bad times too. But it seems to me like 50 days or 50 months, not 50 years. I was in a kind of novelty. It was new for me. This nonsense of shoes has happened by mistake. That was the beginning of the 70s. I didn't have anything to put in the shop, but it was very successful from the beginning. People came along and sit down in places and we talked all day long and on shoes at the same time. All my life began that kind of period, 70, 71, 72, when Ozzy Clark did a show at the Royal Court Theatre. Somebody in London was there, from Davy Hockney to Eric Bowman and Peter Schlesinger. Everybody mentioned it. Cecil Beaton would, at the end of the show, say, "Oh, my dear, you did have those girls in a new way of walking." That he calls the girls because they're shoes, and the girls walk very strange, like insects. This is a wonderful London life, eccentric of those years. This is the way I became known a little bit, not with money or things like that, simply because we're just like there and people have fun. I used to go to parties all the time. And at the time, those people were just normal people, were not celebrities or anything at all. It was just like nothing. My darling Perry Ellis, I adore him. He was the one who really introduced me to America. And it was so incredible. Working with him was absolutely heaven. And his shows, there was the most beautiful shows. And Perry was, to me, was typified American at the time. Freedom, creativity. It was very, very intelligent in a strange way. I miss them still. I remember the best music was at Paris all the time. The Cars, all the fashionable bands at the time. Between Perry and Isaac, I was introduced to a young crowd in New York. So I was like out every night and working every day, out every night. I went to Studio 54, but you know what? It was not like people put it now, like a fantasy, a legend. Yes, it was fun. I used to go down and dancing with Andre and with Paloma and with everybody. Of course, I was very, very pretty dressed. I was wearing my gingham suit and I don't know, a hat or something. And they said to me, "You come in." I mean, I used to go to Holston to see these windows and things like that. New York was excitement, still excitement. I still have an incredible love for New York. All the models that came to see Isaac at the time, Isaac was an incredible kind of force in the fashion in New York. And the first time I did shoes for Isaac was this kind of, in America, I don't know if it's called desert boots, but I did it in every color in the sky. There used to be powerful women, but it was very extraordinary. I don't have a clue what the 90s were because I was working non-stop. Oh my God, I'd love to work with the old legends. I wanted to work with Maine Boucher, but alas, he was not alive. Bill Blass was my dream, really. I loved to work with such a gentleman, such a divine taste in everything. Doesn't matter if you're born in Indochina or in Kansas. If you have it, you have it. And he did have it. And I did also the first collection of Marc Jacobs. All those kind of show businesses used to go to Holston, and the kind of ladies used to go to Jeffrey Bean, Bill Blass, and Oscar de la Renta later on. And later on, Carolina Herrera, yes. Oh my God, I see pictures of John Galliano, Dior, Jardin des Plantes. Oh, I adore that show. It was incredible. Those African necks, made of colors, made it high, and then dressed in the most extraordinary stiff flannel with jewels and things coming up. And the heat was like, 120 in Paris. Everybody was like fainting and things like that. Those girls were brave. That was a beautiful period of my life with Paris, with John Galliano. It was fun. love that woman. He told me about the book and I read it and I said, oh. And it was fun, really wonderful time actually. And I thought, that is New York, the New York that I didn't know. Even now, 20 years later, they're still running. Sofia Coppola, I adore her. I do anything for her. I mean, she asked me a new movie and I do it all. So Divine is working with her and Milena Caronero. It was insane. And she loved the shoe so much and we had fun. Rodeo Drive, when Lucy Liu gave me this award, that one I remember was very campy, very extraordinary. All those Hollywood kind of would-be started. I didn't even know. Even they made a song for me. It was incredible. Gwenza Vesalia. God, that was very exciting to work with because we met him. They came to London. We say, oh, we want some shoes that we look like very sexy, but like, you know, cowboy boots, maybe people who go and do fishing on the lake. And I say, I give it to you right now. Rihanna was exciting. And she's so beautiful anyway. When she look at you and you see those green eyes, you just say, I do anything for you, dear. But you know, this is one of the things that happen, the beauty. This is fascinating, captivates me, actually. I was spending in New York. Hot mornings working in those bloody shoes. Oh. It was a mess. I loved it. I mean, everybody was there. Everybody in Spain was there. In Las Vegas, all those actors. And Almodovar again. So incredible sort of feeling being home. And the people who came there loved you. And it was very, very touching. And then Prague. Prague was beautiful. The Kampa Museum is by the river. And I thought, oh, Manolo Blahnik, so huge. I did it all with a man from Paris called David Thomas. And we did it on Zoom and we did it on the internet. Can you imagine? The first shop in my life, I did it on the internet. The whole collection is, as you can see, I picked up all things and I did new things. And my boot with the little things, that shoe, it's very, very, very affectionate to me. Now, I have met wonderful people everywhere, especially in factories, especially in America. Even if I don't see them, if I don't hear from them, I still have affection that I felt at the beginning.